What is up, guys? It's your boy Keep It Real MMA. Back again for more of these videos. If you're new here, I go from the prelims all the way up to the main card, every single card, every event. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, like I said, if you're new, please like and subscribe. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Spivac, and yeah, I'll give my thoughts and predictions. All the way from like I said, all the way from the start of the prelims, all the way up to the main event. So yeah, let's get it going. First fight. By the way, guys, this card is very unpredictable. That's all I'm gonna say. This card is very hard to predict. I wouldn't recommend betting on this card because this card's very 50-50. Some of the fights are pretty easy, but some of them are, when you get more towards the main card, they're a bit easier to pick, I guess, kind of. But prelims is a bit iffy, but yeah. But I mean, I'm confident in my pick still. Like I wouldn't pick it otherwise, do you know what I mean? If I generally didn't have a clue, I would just say this is 50-50. I really don't know. Maybe I'll give this person the edge, but I would not be surprised if this person wins, stuff like that. But anyway, first fight on the card. Natalia Silva versus Teresa Bleda. I'm going with Natalia Silva. This is one of the very few on the prelims that are very easy to predict. Natalia Silva she's kind of like Erin Blanchfield in a way that she's a rare talent in a women's division, especially flyweight. She's very talented. She's very good. Her striking's nuts. Her takedown defense is crazy, and she got good grappling of her own. I generally believe that she has what it takes to beat somebody like Teresa Bleda, who is struggles a lot in certain situations, and she's doesn't have as much experience as Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva is one of those fighters that went away and came back so improved to the point where it was ridiculous. So I got Natalia Silva by 30-27 decision. I don't think she has the power because most of these women don't, especially at flyweight and bantamweight. But I do believe in Natalia Silva getting it done. 30-27, I think she dominates all 3 rounds, 10-9. Next fight on the card, Brady Heidstand versus Fernie Garcia. By the way, there are no odds. This fight also has no odds. Right. I'm gonna go with Brady Heidstand. Fernie Garcia has decent hands. And Brady Heidstand did fight Cans and obviously lost to Chad Analega, who also went on to be good opponents, by the way. So it's not a Can. He obviously lost to Ricky Turcios, but he got all the way to the Ultimate Fighter finale. His grappling is extremely strong, and I think I can trust in his grappling to get this done. Like I said, Fernie Garcia got good hands. He really does. But I believe, a tiny bit, I believe in Brady Heidstand a little bit. I do believe his grappling can get it done. I think he is a really good grappler, and I think that he can out-grapple Fernie Garcia and edge himself a 29-28 decision where he maybe loses the first round. I think he can do it. I really do. Yeah, I think he can do it. I hope he fucking does, but yeah, I hope he can do it, cause I think he's really good. He just needs to tighten up some ways in different areas, but I think he can get this done by 29-28. I think his grappling might be a bit too strong, kind of like Petrosky versus Turman, where he's getting outstruck a little bit, but his grappling with the ground and pound and the submission attempts, he's just edging him and winning the last 2 rounds. Even though the judges gave Petrosky all 3 rounds, which was weird, when he clearly lost the first. But anyway, next fight on the card, Vanessa Demopoulos versus Maria Oliveira. Vanessa Demopoulos is a +100 underdog. Maria Oliveira is a -120 favourite. I am going with the favourite in Maria Oliveira. Maria Oliveira is a quitter. She quit against Marina Rodriguez. Marina, yeah, I can't say Brazilian names, but I'm going off the cusp of she's 4 inches taller with a 9-inch reach advantage, and Vanessa Demopoulos is not that good at fighting, especially when it comes on the feet. Like jiu-jitsu, she's very good, but Maria Oliveira is not stupid enough to engage after dropping it like Silvana Gomez Suarez was, where she would drop her and jump on top of her and try to get it done and got subbed. Like Maria Oliveira will push the pace. Like Vanessa Demopoulos got a fucking robbery win over Jin Yufrey, who got chinned by what's it called? Got chinned by Colby's sloppy seconds, Pauliana Viana. And but no, Maria Oliveira is a much better striker, and I just feel like she'll keep her on the feet and win the decision 30-27. I don't see anything Vanessa can do on the feet, and I don't see her getting it to the ground to the point where she can submit her. This is a terrible matchup for Vanessa Demopoulos. A person, she's 4 inches shorter and has a 9-inch reach disadvantage, or 9.5. What was it? Let's have a look. Vanessa Demopoulos is 5'2" with a 59.5-inch reach. Maria Oliveira is 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. So that would be 10, but because of the half, 9.5. Crazy. That is crazy, bro. Fuck, that is crazy. But yeah. Maria Oliveira by 30-27 decision, in my opinion. I think Vanessa Demopoulos can survive. Next fight on the card. No, fucking, here we go. Ricky Tercios versus Kevin Natividad. Ricky Tercios is a minus 155 favourite. Kevin Natividad is a it's a plus 135 underdog. Right. What the fuck was Ricky Tercios doing in his last fight, man? It's so hard, but you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to bite down on the gum shield, as they say. I will pick Ricky Tercios to get a decision 29-28. Only because Kevin Natividad is shit. That's why. He's not good enough to be in the bantamweight division. He is the bottom of the barrel. And I think Ricky Tercios is slightly above that. I really thought Ricky Tercios was going to be really good, but I can't judge him off one fight, but he fought like an absolute pussy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it seems like as if he fights like as if he's scared. And apparently, like, rumours were coming out that he got KO'd in sparring before that fight or something like that. So maybe he's alright now and that he can think, but bro, maybe he's just that type of fighter. Like, if he gets KO'd, he just has this mental block where he can't, do anything. So, but I think he can out-edge a Kevin Natividad. I think he gets a 29-28 decision. I think he just slightly outstrikes him, maybe mixes grappling in a bit to keep himself a little bit safe. But that's all I see, to be honest with you. So yeah. Ricky Tercios by 29-28. I wouldn't recommend betting on this one. It's one of those 50-50 ones, you know what I mean? Speaking of 50-50, next fight on the card, Vince Morales versus Miles Jones. Vince Morales is a plus 125 underdog. Miles Jones is a minus 145 favourite. See, every aspect of me wants to go with Miles Jones, but I'm going to pick Miles Morales by second round KO. Miles Jones is a good fighter, but he has shown every turn of the way that he can get chinned. Out of nowhere, he can get chinned. And that's not a good sign at bantamweight. That low of a division, you shouldn't be getting chinned. And I know he was flying knee and stuff like that. Like, obviously, he's coming off of the loss to John Castaneda where he got, arm triangle choked. Obviously, fucking Vince Morales not going to do a shit, is he? But obviously, he got finished by a flying knee by Mario Batista. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, he got fucking knocked down by somebody. I can't remember who he got knocked down by, but he's just shown time and time again his chin is not the best. And I think Miles Morales, with his swinging overhand rights, can connect on him. And I see him putting him out in a second. It's just one of those fights. If he wasn't chinny, I would go with Vince Morales. But he is chinny. So I'm going to go with Vince Morales. Yeah. Next fight on the card. Jennifer Maia versus Marina Moroz. Jennifer Maia is a plus 150 underdog. Marina Moroz is a minus 175 favourite. Now, on the feet, obviously, is Marina Moroz's game. On the ground, not so much. This is one of those fights where anything can happen. Like I said, this card is crazy, especially on the prelims. I'm going to go with Marina Moroz simply because of the fact that Jennifer Maia just looks really old and done. She looks old and done. She just looks old and done. I don't see a way where she can even emulate what she did to Shevchenko because she just doesn't look the same since that fight. Marina Moroz is very good on the feet compared to her, and I just feel like she'll just outpoint her for a 29-28, where maybe Jennifer Maia does get her down, hold her down, but then the next two rounds, Marina Moroz just stuffs some takedowns and just keep her on the feet, the range. I can see her happening. She's the taller, longer fighter. Oh, it's tough though. Anyway, next fight on the card. Charles Johnson versus Zaglas Zurmagomedov. Charles Johnson is a minus 155 favourite. Zaglas Zurmagomedov is a plus 135 underdog. I am going with Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson did extremely well against Muhammad Mokaev. And there's an argument, right? You're going to call me crazy, but you can argue he won that fight based off of damage. It's a damage space criteria scoring system. But the problem is, how much damage was he really doing? I do think Mokaev won the fight because Mokaev was threatening some submissions and had a shit ton of control time, and it wasn't like damaging shots to the point where it wobbling. But you can make an argument. This was one of the fights where even if you're scoring by the criteria, it's 50-50. So you could argue he beat the undefeated Muhammad Mokaev. Charles Johnson is really good. His takedown defense is impeccable, and Zaglas is not going to take him down, and he's going to keep taking him down. I tried to take him down until he gasses, and even if he does take Charles Johnson down, he's just going to pop right back up to his feet. Zaglas will gas. Zalgas will gas, and Charles Johnson is much better on the feet, and I just see him getting a 30-27 decision. I know these are all decisions, but I genuinely see him getting a 30-27 decision where he looks very impressive and looks for maybe a ranked fight or just outside, because I think he has to kind of look for an outside because Muhammad Mokaev beat him, and Muhammad Mokaev hasn't even got a ranked matchup yet, I don't think. So yeah, give Charles Johnson somebody else off this. I think he wins this fight pretty handedly. It's mad that you can argue that he beat Mokaev. The reason I say he beat Mokaev is because... No, the reason I say Mokaev beat him is because Mokaev just did a little bit more. And I don't know how much you can take into consideration of the damage. If the damage was a bit more visible and it was like clear that he was like Jimmy, because he outstruck Mokaev in every single round, I think maybe except the first, but do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. You can argue he won the fight. I'll have to look it back. In the moment, I thought Muhammad Mokaev won, but I'll have to look it back. But yeah. Anyway, speaking of decisions, next fight on the card, Jack Della Maddalena versus Danny Roberts. Jack Della Maddalena is a minus 450 favourite. Danny Roberts is a plus 360 underdog. I'm going with Jack Della Maddalena. First round TKO, brutal TKO. Danny Roberts has good technique. He's actually really talented, but he has no chin. He has no chin whatsoever, and Jack Della Maddalena is very slick with his hands. Oh, fucking on my fucking battery on. He's very slick with his hands. He's very crisp, and he's good in the pocket. And Danny Roberts gets wobbled by jabs everywhere. I know it was by Francisco Trinaldo, but it's just one of those fights where I just think that there's just too much power for him, and Danny Roberts cannot handle it. But it's also Jack Della Maddalena matches him in skill too. So if you're matching him in skill, have more power than him, and the guy you're fighting is chinny, it's a no-brainer. Jack Della Maddalena by first round TKO. Wobbles in with a left hook, puts him down, finishes him off with brutal ground and pound, out cold. Pound for pound, headshot, dead. Anyway, next fight on the card, Andre Fialho versus Muslim Salikov. Andre Fialho's a mine... well, actually, no, this is a pick-em fight. I'm going with Andre Fialho. Fialho is chinny, but so is Salikov. And I think Salikov is a tiny bit tinsy-wincy. I know he's from Russia, right? But don't go after me. He's a tiny bit overrated. And he's very old now. Obviously he got chinned by Li Jingliang. I picked Li Jingliang to beat him. Fialho is taller with the reach advantage. I think that he keeps it basic, and I think that will work against Muslim Salikov, because Salikov tries too many techniques when he's getting outpointed, and I think Fialho will outpoint him to the point where Muslim Salikov gets frustrated in the third, comes at him and gets caught with a right hook and gets put down. Because Fialho does have heat in his hands, man. He has a lot of heat in his hands, and I just see him getting it done. I really do see him getting it done. I think he can. he's a very good fighter. It's just he's a bit chinny as well. But and to be honest, Jake Matthews looked fucking amazing against him, man. I was like, what the fuck? Jake Matthews looked absolutely unbelievable. So, you know, Jake Matthews, my GOAT. So yeah, Andre Fiallo by third round TKO. Next fight on the card, Chase Sherman versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Chase Sherman's a plus 155 underdog. Waldo Cortez Acosta's a minus 180 favorite. Right, this is proof that MMA math doesn't work. I am going with Waldo Cortez Acosta. Here's why. Yes, he should have lost to Jared Vanderaa, and Jared Vanderaa got fucking chinned by Chase Sherman. Right, this is why MMA math doesn't work. The reason Waldo Cortez Acosta was very close and Waldo should have lost, right, is because how much damage Vanderaa was doing with the leg kicks and with some of the shots that he was landing. Now, the boxing wasn't even close, though. Waldo's boxing was much better, and Chase Sherman and Jared Vanderaa had a very close boxing match before the finish, basically. So that's my premise on picking Waldo Cortez Acosta. He clearly has better boxing than Sherman, and Sherman doesn't present a takedown threat. And he doesn't have as debilitating leg kicks or body kicks as Jared Vanderaa, and he's not as heavy. So I'm trusting Waldo to have healed his leg in time, because this is a very quick turnaround for a heavyweight, and I think that he can get it done. And I think his jitters are going to be over. And he's the same height as Chase Sherman, actually. And Chase Sherman has an 8-inch reach advantage, though. 6'4" with a 70-inch reach. What the fuck? That's crazy. But yeah. Fuck. But yeah, that's embarrassing, bro. But yeah. I am going to go with Waldo Cortez Acosta, though. I see him getting a second round KO over Chase Sherman. I think Chase Sherman his boxing's not a bit to do the damage that he needs. Anyway. Waldo Cortez Acosta, second round KO. Next fight on the card, Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Ion Cutelaba. Kennedy Nzechukwu is a minus 170 favorite. Ion Cutelaba is a plus 145 underdog. How many times does he need to fucking lose before he, stops being put in co-main events and shit? But I'm going with the underdog in Ion Cutelaba, man. You're gonna put Ion Cutelaba as a slight underdog. I'm gonna take it. Kennedy Nzechukwu is chinny as fuck. He got KO'd by thin air against Jiang, what's his fucking name? I almost said his name. What the fuck is this PC doing? Again, is very good up now. Obviously, he lost to Nikolai Nogurmianu, which wasn't good. Was it Jung Da Young? Jada Young. Obviously, he got finished by nothing. He literally elbowed his forearm and got KO'd. So, that's that. His ability is catching up, to be honest with you. His ability is catching up, which I'm glad. But at the same time, bro, it's like, you've got to pick Ion Cutelaba, who has the takedown threat. And I know Kennedy Nzechukwu, finished Carl Robertson with shots and on the ground and took him down. Ion Cutelaba is a different kind of wrestling, bro. It's a different kind of grappling, bro. I see Ion Cutelaba getting it done by second round KO. I just think Kennedy Nzechukwu is even more inconsistent than Ion Cutelaba, and I didn't even think that was possible. I just think Ion Cutelaba has too much options to win this fight. You know what I mean? Kennedy is literally a human puncher bag, and I know Ion Cutelaba gasses out exactly like Carlos Holberg did against him. But I think Ion Cutelaba will bang 2 rounds at least, so if it has to go a decision, he will. But I think he'll get it done by second round KO either way. I don't even think cardio will have to even come into effect. So, Ion Cutelaba, second round KO. Next fight on the card, the main event. Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivac. Derek Lewis is a plus 165 underdog. Sergey Spivac is a minus 195 favourite. I am going with Sergey Spivac. It's hard to pick Derek Lewis anymore. He's made all the money that he wanted. It's going to be hard for him to fucking be motivated. And Spivac's on his way out, man. Spivac's very fucking good, bro. Sergey Spivac. But, yeah. I can see Spivac just out-wrestling Derek until he gasses. And I think, by the 3rd round, he'll just finish him off with ground and pound TKO. I just think Derek Lewis is not going to be able to land those shots. Because people, right, there's different blueprints to beating Derek Lewis. There's multiple different ways you can beat Derek Lewis now, and people have figured it out. You could do what Garn did and stand at range and poke at him until he eventually crumbles, right? Or you can do it the way that Tai Tuivasa done it, by getting in the pocket very close to him, clinching up with him, weighing on him, and just willing to take some shots. If you have a bit of a chin, Sergey Spivac's chin ain't too bad, but I obviously you won't see him doing that. But you know, if you have a decent chin and you can stand in the pocket with him and be, you know, that little bit more clinical and accurate than him and take him down that way, or you can do what fucking what's his name? Or you could do what Pavlovich did and just be 10 times quicker than him and just absolutely demolish him in the first round, just pop him with shots instantly, just overwhelm him before he can even react with a shot of his own, and just make him crumble until he gets KO'd. And there's also another way to beat him, the way that DC beat him, which is just wrestle fuck him until you get to a decision, or wrestle fuck him until you finish him. And there's just too many ways for Derek Lewis to lose. He's got chinned so many times in his career. He either gets chinned, or he gets poked up from distance, or he just gets absolutely bullied. And I just think Sergey Spivac's going to bully him in a way where he bullies him by wrestling him until he eventually TKOs him. And that's how I see it going. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Third round, by the way. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe. Run up my other videos. I appreciate you so much. This is Keep It Real MMA. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.